Hello, friends. It is Laura Ward here in my room, and I have three people there. Oh my goodness, check that out. Amazing. There's also like a lot of excitement happening in my house. My little instigator kitty cat, Zazen, aka Squeaky Deaky, is charging around raising hell. So I just want you to know I don't discourage the hell raising in the house. They get to kind of have free reign. At some point, I may have to stand up and shut doors or move them out. But at the same time, just think of them like ripples in the water. There's the big one. That is Lord Gaylord taking up some space. So I'm going to offer a little movement um, meditation. And the interest is in to bring in a sense of freedom into your body, a sense of aliveness and allowing. So, most people who've had a long meditation practice have learned a lot about following the breath, feeling it come in and feeling it go out. I want to offer that we can allow movement with that. So, if we imagine that we are bodies of water, and guess what? We are bodies of water. We can start to allow the water to express in different ways. So, this is really an invitation into play. And what does play do? When we're playing in low stakes environment, nothing horrible is going to happen. It might just draw our attention in, right? If we're really in true play, in my opinion, so much focus can happen. It's like, "Ooh, I'm doing this thing." So invite in that sense of play into your body. When we play in a low stakes environment, we are able to engage with more neuroplasticity. And that means that we're going to be doing things that are maybe new and unfamiliar, right? We don't find that neuroplasticity in the same pathway all the time. We're going this way and then this way and then this way. That's not where it is. It's when, oh, I went that way instead. So I'm inviting you to bring in this sense of freedom. Freedom has become such a strange word. So let's go with play instead. Play inside your body and tuning into the fluid nature of your body. So let's just take a few really big, deep breaths with a big exhale and maybe a little shake. So inviting the tissue, inviting the fluid in your system to come online and start to percolate, come into awareness, right? If I don't move at all, I cannot feel my body. If I start to move, I suddenly start to feel my body. So we're building those connections. This is that neuroplasticity part where we're going, what do I feel now? So think of this very different than like a seated, like sitting stillness practice, like a Zazen meditation. Like you are now actually, you are the river, you're being the river. This is maybe more like Buto, where you get to take in the experience of being a body of water, taking in the experience of cellular breathing. So we're breathing on this deep cellular level. So imagining that each of your cells has this natural sense of growing and shrinking. And as I'm a little more amplified today, I'm going to I'm not trying to rein it in or shut it down. I'm trying to tune into it and to allow it to express through my body, through micro movement. So micro movement could be so small you can't see it, or it could be this underlying force that's supporting the bigger movement. And why do we want this? Why do we want this movement in our body? What is it doing for us? It's doing a lot of things. One is it's stimulating the movement of lymphatic. And so our lymphatic fluid, our lymphatic system is a detoxifier of the body. That's one. Two, we are allowing ourselves to kind of motor babbling, allowing our body to babble, to learn, to be in this open brain space where things can shift and change. When we're in that open brain space of things shifting and changing, we can start to let go of some of the stuff that's not working, pruning the stuff that we don't need. Like, this leaf is kind of old and dry and crusty. Let me shake it off. Let me let it out. So we're going to just play with a few sounds. Ha is one of them, like letting ourselves bring on the vibration of sound into our tissues. And See where your body wants to go with that. So let's just play with that for a couple of minutes, playing with the ha sound. And what you're doing is learning to stop inhibiting movement. Like we've spent our whole life learning not to move. Now you're learning to allow the movement. Ha, allowing the movement of breath, allowing the movement of water, the movement of hydration. Ha, allowing that really three-dimensional system of biotensegrity that is the fascia holding you all together to start to squish around and mobilize. And then if we want to come deeper into sensation, we can close our eyes. Just feeling in, imagining that you are like a whole bunch of balloons and you've just been set free in the wind. I don't know why that image just came to mind. So part of this is to play. And if you feel like resistant to it, like, oh, I don't like that, feel that in your body. What does that resistance feel like? What does it feel like if you go, oh, is this stupid? Should I be judging myself? Should I be judging this? What is happening in your body when you're in that space? So tuning into, what does it feel like if I set myself free to play with these ideas? Or what does it feel if I resist? And sometimes we need to resist. Sometimes we need to resist things. You can also like work with pushing against something. If you're feeling resistance, or if you want to understand resistance, push against the floor, push against your thighs, push out. But to bring that into an awareness practice. So, I'm going to resist things. I'm going to push them away. What happens in my body when I start to do that? What comes online? All right, let's go back to ha. Ha, floaty balloons, watery body, deep cellular breathing. Pick one of those images or keep bouncing around between all of them. So yeah, I did a live stream yesterday and we worked with the non-vocalized breaths. So inviting your system to free up. What does it even mean? What are you holding and where are you holding? Is it in your shoulders? Is it in your belly? Is it in your chest? Can I let go of some of the stuff that I'm holding? Can I start playing with my breath, with the sounds and the vibration of sound as it plays out through different parts of my body? So when I do those different sounds, like the ha, I can feel like that vibration up here. Hoo, I can start to feel it deeper down. When I do it without the vocal sound, I feel more the space around me. So it's like I'm enlivening my kinesphere. I'm enlivening my realm of movement, all the places that I can reach into. Why does it matter? Why do we want to have this access to micro movement? What's it going to do for us? When we're in stillness a long time, when our lymph isn't moving, cells start to die. We start to have illness, right? So we want just this underlying shape flow support to come online for us. So if you look at a baby, a young baby, look at how they move. Look what's going on in their body. Are they just sitting there? Or is there like activity? That's what we're inviting in. Motor babbling, finding new possibilities in your movement, in your body, in your breath. If I just sit in stillness with my breath, one thing happens. If I allow it to become more dynamic, I start to tune into a whole different world. So we're inviting that world of more expansion, more possibility. Yeah, awakening your interoception, your sensation of what's happening inside your body, awakening your proprioception, your awareness of Where's my nose? Where are my legs? How is my body moving together in relationship to what's around it? And then your awareness of your kinesphere, your awareness of your whole body moving in space, your whole body moving in the room. Just letting yourself sit with that. I've given you so many ideas. So play around. I'm going to stop talking for a few minutes and just am I going to stop talking? That's the real question. Yes, I am. Inviting you to play with anything that came up that was interesting, whether it was resistance, free flow movement, watery movement, breathy movement. If you think you know where you're going to go with this movement, just look a little deeper, feel into it deeper. Something else might come up. Feel free to close your eyes and take it really into the sensation level. Feeling into the internal flows in your body. And if you aren't sure where to go, pause for a minute, just hang out there, listening for the impulse to move, maybe nudging. Inviting the pattern of you to have more spaciousness. I can move a little bit. I can wriggle. I can have some freedom in being me. I can have some freedom in my face. Or I can have some freedom in my column, my central column, my central channel. I can let go of some of the stuff. I don't need to hold on to it. Bringing the awareness into embodied connection, right? We're building neural pathways. So the neuroplasticity is partly about getting rid of old crusty stuff, but it's also about new things, trying new novel movement. Is there some place that you haven't ventured in your body? Maybe it's in a way of moving, or maybe it's in some kind of space around your body. When we start to venture in these new spaces, we're giving our nervous system and our fascia more possibility, more capacity. And when we can do that in this embodied awareness sense, we're in this constant feedback loop with our body mind, with our heart, our brain, our guts, all of that working together because we're listening, we're connecting, we're not shutting it down, we're not shutting it off. We're going, what's happening in there? What am I feeling? What's moving? What wants to move? What little piece of tension over here can I let go of? What cultural holding pattern am I ready to shake off? What's in there? So I did call this embodiment for meditators, but I feel like this would also be like meditation for dancers or meditation for movers. Because sometimes people who need to move a lot are really turned off of meditation because they can't sit still. But if we come into the body and we simply allow listening to what's flowing around in there and allowing it to express, allowing it to free up. Suddenly we're making these shifts We're nourishing the whole system. And sometimes when we really start to deeply allow our body to come into this processing, because it is what we're doing, we're processing on a deep level. We're bringing the parasympathetic rest, digest, soothe, settle process online. We're softening into ourselves. So sometimes there's a lot of stuff in there. But know that you can kind of allow it to come out in a way that doesn't crash you to the floor. Allow the body to just, and you could invite this. You could say, please don't give me more than I can handle today. Right? We've spent a lifetime learning how to inhibit. We can do it some more if we need to. We can say, oh no, I'm not quite ready for that. Let's just be softer with that. Let's be more gentle with that. Oh, let's find this one. Whoop. Ooh, did you see the little squeaky deaky? He did not expect me to pick him up. He's like, I'm in my space. Yeah, can we be in a gentler place with our bodies, in a more alive place with our bodies? Inviting in this gentle processing, this neuroplasticity of finding ways of being in the world that are more sustainable, right? If we start that in our own body, what could happen in the rest of the world? How can I be in this world in a sustainable manner where I am doing no harm? To myself or to others. And maybe bringing some ease. We all are connected. Our nervous systems, our hearts, we are vibrating together in this planet. We're connected through the energetic field, whether you believe it or not. So when there's stuff that's coming up in the collective unconscious, we're all vibrating with that. Can I process some of that stuff? That's when I come into these embodiment practices. And I got my assistant over here. He's having no problems processing. He's learning gentle touch. Gentle touch and gentle biting. He's teething. Yeah, so we have been going for just about 18 minutes, and I know I have a person that's probably married. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And also for anybody who's watching this in TV land on the replay, welcome to this energy field. Please like and subscribe. I am trying to grow my channel. Breathing into it. Yeah, so feel free to type into the chat if you have a question or comment or concern. And if you're in the replay, you can always write it in the comments. I check all those things. How do we bring this fluidity in? I want to offer this one practice because I was listening to Andrew Huberman's podcast on play, the power of play. And Andrew Huberman is apparently not a very playful person, and he's decided to schedule 1 hour a week of play in for himself. I don't think that's maybe the way to do it. I think like small little doses of it every day. Like when you're in the shower, can you take a minute to just play in sensation in your body? What does it feel like? I often do a bunch of different sort of sounding practices while I'm in the shower and some like overtone singing. And I feel where I can feel that in my body. I think that when we're really in play, when we're really present with that, we're 100% drawn in. It calls to us. Like I find this when I paint also, like I'm like, I'm in it. It's like you're in a spell of wonder. So yeah, inviting in a play practice that is just a minute, 2 minutes in the shower every day, or as you're out walking, can you just feel the negative space around your fingers? Yeah, if you want to start to bring micro movement into your hands, negative space around the fingers, imagining your hands are just like air, or the space or the spaciousness in there is like air. Can you let your nervous system unwind? We hold a lot of tension there, right, in our hands. What if we just allow it to be more free? You could even use the image of fire, like letting the energy of fire of your nervous system sort of free up. So that is it. Nothing in the chat. And thank you for being here, my person. And namaste. May the world be more peaceful. May we bring peace in our own hearts and share that with the world. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And cats and dogs. They're in it. The cats and dogs get it, right? They're like, "Oh, I'm in the world. I'm doing my things." What? Like, so thank you. Thank you for joining. I'm going to end the stream.